So the other boards that I cut, they'll end up being 2x6s like these. They're a little over 9 feet long. Alright, so it worked out good. 5.5-inch wall boards, 7.25-inch for my 2x8s, dimensional lumber. For my foundation stringers, or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, so hopefully I can do that with the next log. I have another one that's about 9 feet long. After I get done with the 16-footer. But all these top ones are wall boards, 2x6s, and all these bottom ones are floor joists, is what I meant to call them. Those are floor joists, 7.25-inch. Wonder why I'm not cutting the ends and stuff is I don't see a reason to go ahead and square off the ends when I'm gonna have to cut everything sooner or later anyways. Initially, when I start to use them, I'll cut off one end square, measure from that end, and then get rid of the rest that I don't need. But to just go ahead and make them all nice and neat right now, to me, is a waste of use of lights and time. So that is why, just in case somebody asks, why don't you clean them up? Because I'm not trying to resell them. So anyway, running out of time today. It's already late afternoon, like around 4 o'clock. And 2 hours away.
Oh my god.
I live off grid.
So this is everyone.
I do all my work myself anyway. Thank you. All right, that's it. That's 30 boards. I'll drop some plastic over them for tonight. It's always nice to have a spare. I do think this is part of the problem. All right. Hopefully, I'm fairly level. I'll check it. It feels a little better. I feel like this side needs to come up just a little bit still, but probably both back. So this still sloped a little bit this way. This is an area I'm leveling out. Originally, I was going to move the foundation over this way, but that's not going to happen now. But I'm still going to level this out and level and put more soil over here when I start leveling my cabin build area. But this will be a nice parking area, is what it will be essentially. Plus, a great place to do an oil change. And I even may build a shed, a tool shed for the garden, because the garden's going to be behind the camera here. So I've got a lot of ideas, a lot of projects to get this place to where I can be as much semi-self-sufficient, not 100% ever, I mean, I still got to go to town. I still got to rely on stuff like this. But I want to be reasonable at my age. So, all right, I'll be back with you in a little bit. I'm going to let this cool off a little bit, and we'll drain the oil. Here we go. I like to only put them on hand tight. There we go. I want it to flip on over with. See what I can do. Hey, Cooper. How are you, little man? Come over here. Cooper. Hi, Cooper. Hi there, little man. What do you think, bud? You know you don't like it when I throw stuff for Cooper, do you? I mean, for Sage. Isn't that right, Coops? Oh, my goodness. You're getting heavy, mister. Oh, don't you want me to throw it? You got to release it. If you want me to throw it, you got to release it. just want to make sure it's square when I do it. And it should be. This will confirm it. Yeah, the post is getting pulled a little bit, but it's perfectly square. That's what this is. I bought this a while back. This is a 345 square, and I bought it for doing stuff like this. So I think it'll work out pretty dandy. I know it's really hard to see, a lot of shadows in here because of all the trees and the sun's just at the wrong angle. But this is going to be the location for the utility building. No sage, no. Hold on, I'll give her a toss real quick. All right, so in this building, I'll probably put a door over here, a window here, and a couple windows, maybe 3 above. So on this wall, it's going to be 10 feet tall. On this wall, it's going to be 8 feet tall. So I'll have a single roof like this with an overhang and an overhang back here too. And of course, you'll have your end overhangs, but over here, in this area here, on the other side of the closed-in building, I'm going to build a shower area here for an outdoor shower. I'll show you the outdoor shower I'm going to use. I'm going to hook it up and try it out just in another spot here in the next couple of weeks. And the way that shower is going to be, if you look at the picture above me here, that shower is an outdoor shower. It's a Camp Lux, and it's going to mount on the wall here, so I can take a shower in here. The upper 2 feet will be closed, but it's going to be open here and behind me, and then I'll have a wall down below, and it'll have the tavern style doors that I'm going to build right here, and they'll be 10 inches above, so there'll be a way for air to flow down here low. And I'm going to do the same thing with the wall around this side here. It's all going to be above by 10 inches so that there's a good airflow under here. I'm going to dig this area out and drop gravel in it, probably 6 or 8 inches of it. I'm going to use biodegradable, so in that way it can just flow. I'm going to have it graded so it goes down. If any water goes in here, it's going to flow down that way and away from the buildings. That being said, I'm going to make a slatted floor in here so that the water can just go onto the floor and just go underneath the slats and then drain on out. And within the building is going to be probably I'll put the propane tank over here or possibly leave it out here. I haven't decided, because probably be easier just to leave it out here and then pull it through there. But I'm going to bring my refrigerator in here. My refrigerator, I'm going to put propane tanks out here that are going to be plumbed to the building as well as to this building for the refrigerator. And also in here is going to be a washroom. I have a hand washer and a wringer. I'm going to hook that up and put that in here. So that's going to be in here. I got a few things I'm going to be doing. Basically, like I said, it's a utility building. And it'll go and keep most of the stuff out of the shop that I don't really need in there. And I'll make this really nice for that. And plus give me a place to do my laundry. And I'll have that wash basin in there. So I'm going to put about a 55-gallon drum that I have over here in here. And it's going to be for the laundry and the shower. And I'm going to run a pump next to it, just a 12-volt pump I've got that I actually rebuilt. The 12-volt pump was in my travel trailer, and it froze one year. The switch on the front froze. So I bought a no brand one off of Amazon, hooked it up. Haven't tried it yet with water in it. I tried it just dry ran it, and it ran just fine. So I'll put water in it. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, I have a couple other pumps I can use. But anyways, that'll be in here to run water from this to the shower and to the washer. I got to buy a valve for the washer so I can just turn it on. And I have an on-demand, that little on-demand that runs off 110. That's in the cabin right now. That's going to come into here. So I have on-demand hot water in here because the shower is just on demand for the shower only. It's not made for other stuff. And I got this little tiny one that runs off 110. So I'll end up running power from the building over here once it's in here into here. As far as that goes, it just runs off 2 D-cell batteries for the igniter. And then the pump will run off that Sage. The pump will run off the 12-volt lithium-ion battery. Here, give me a second. The pump will run off the 12-volt lithium-ion battery that I have in there running my lights right now. So that'll come into here, and it has 400 watts of solar panels going to it. I may get one more lithium-ion battery for in here just to make sure I have enough power, but I think that'll be enough. I'm contemplating putting the cubic wood stove in here and just having one wood stove in there. The cubic would fit in here pretty nicely. So I'm gonna cut a log down to 16'6" back here. I had to bring some extra chain. I've got more back here, but it's not gonna be long enough. See if I can pull it out with a tractor. The tractor's still not running tip top. Still needs to go in, but I'd like to get a couple more logs, at least 3 of them milled before I take it in. That would give me some building materials. And that way I can keep moving while this is in the shop holding me up. So let's get back here. This is going to be a fun one to pull out. There we go. That'll work. There's that one. about that. Pulling the log, the camera fell over. So, whatever we can do. We'll hook up to this next. All right, folks, so this log, I gotta pull the chains off, get this log onto the mill. I'm gonna do that in the next episode. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up some other projects, and we'll get back to this one next week, and hopefully a couple others too, so that we can get closer to the building stage, because next month is right around the corner, and that's when I want to start building again. So I'm just trying to get everything prepped. So you're seeing a lot of milling right now, but I'll have to stop that in a little bit and do that in segments, because I don't want the stuff to dry too much and bow and twist and all that. And if I get it put up, none of that will happen. All right, next project.